5 ways to recession-proof yourself for the next economic downturn. The global economy is in a consistent state of flux, and it's important to be prepared for the next recession. As the economy begins to show signs of a downturn, it is wise to prepare for the worst. There are many steps you can take to ensure that you are protected and that your finances remain secure during an economic downturn. In this video, we will discuss ways to recession-proof yourself for the next economic downturn. These tips are designed to help you safeguard your financial future and to prepare you for the possibility of a recession. Number 1. Build an emergency fund. An emergency fund is a savings account that you dedicate to covering your unexpected expenses, like car repairs, medical bills, or job loss. It's important to have money available to cover any unforeseen costs that may arise during an economic downturn, so you don't have to turn to debt or liquidate assets. The best way to start building an emergency fund is to start regularly and make it a habit. Set aside a certain amount of money each month to put into your emergency fund and decide on a goal for how much you'd like to save up. A good target is 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. That way you'll have enough saved up to pay for your necessities for an extended period of time. It's also important to make sure your emergency fund is liquid, meaning it should be easily accessible and not tied up in investments that are difficult to cash out quickly. High-yield savings accounts are the best option for storing an emergency fund since they offer higher interest rates than regular savings accounts. Number 2. Invest in your education. Whether you decide to pursue a degree or certification program, or to take online courses in your specialized skills, investing in your education will give you an advantage when the economy starts to slow down. Higher education can help you develop your skills, stay competitive, and increase your earning potential, all of which can help you weather a recession. Taking advantage of any available financial aid or tuition assistance programs can help make the cost of education more manageable. You don't have to go back to school full-time to invest in your education. Online courses and workshops can give you the same benefit as a full degree program while allowing you to work and learn at the same time. Networking is a great way to stay informed about your opportunities in your field and meet potential employers. Attend industry conferences and events, join professional organizations, and get involved in related social media groups. By keeping your skills sharp, you'll be ready when the economy rebounds. And if it takes a while for the job market to recover, you'll have an advantage over those who neglected their professional development during the recession. Number 3. Stay out of debt. One of the best ways of recession-proof yourself is to stay out of debt. While borrowing money can be helpful in some cases, it should be avoided during economic downturns. During a recession, businesses may experience a drop in sales and income, which makes it hard to pay off any debt. Additionally, interest rates may increase, making it even more difficult to keep up with the payments. It's best to pay off any outstanding debts before an economic downturn hits. This will ensure that you won't be stuck with high interest payments during a time when income may be reduced. If you have high interest debt, it's important to consider consolidating your debt or refinancing into a lower rate loan. If possible, try to avoid taking on any new debt during a recession. If you do need to borrow money for any reason, make sure that you can afford to make the payments without any issues. Doing so will help protect your credit score and keep your finances in check during an economic downturn. Number 4. Live within your means. Living within your means is a great way to protect yourself during a recession. When the economy takes a turn for the worse, it can be easy to fall into bad habits like overspending. Sticking to a budget and avoiding unnecessary purchases can help you get through a recession with minimal financial damage. Start by tracking your spending so you can understand where your money goes and make sure you're not overspending on anything. Then set a budget that allows you to cover your basic needs while leaving room to save money. With a budget in place, you'll know exactly how much you can spend on non-essentials without going into debt. It's also important to pay down any existing debts as soon as possible. The longer they hang around, the more expensive they become, so it's in your best interest to get them paid off. Finally, focus on making the most of what you have. Instead of buying the latest gadgets or luxury items, look for creative ways to get the most out of what you already own. You might even be able to pick up some extra cash by selling unwanted items online or doing odd jobs for neighbors and friends. Number 5. Invest for the long term. Investing in stocks and mutual funds can be a great way to build wealth over time and help protect you from the economic downturn. It's important to remember that investing isn't a get-rich-quick scheme, that it involves risk. It's essential that you conduct your due diligence when selecting investments and only invest in things you understand. Also, make sure to diversify your investments to help reduce your risk. One great strategy for investing in the long term is dollar cost averaging. This is a technique where you invest a fixed amount of money into an investment at regular intervals, regardless of whether the market is up or down. By doing this, you're able to average out your purchase prices, which can be beneficial if there's a drop in the market. Another strategy to invest is index funds, which are funds that track an index like the S&P 500 or the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Index funds provide broad exposure to many different companies, so you don't have to pick individual stocks. They also often have very low fees and can be an excellent way to invest for the long term. Finally, make sure to talk to a financial advisor or use an online tool to help you determine the best investment for your situation.